All right, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's market review session with us at EasyFX Academy. We're having these sessions, or we have these sessions basically because we just want to share what exactly we are expecting from the market in the coming days. All right, and just share trade ideas, basically overall biases that we believe you can work with, all right, during the course of the week. All right, so without taking too much of our time, I usually believe that a lot of us want to, rest before market opens, or maybe you just want to have your own time to do your own analysis and everything. So I won't take too much of your time. Right, so let's just quickly go into what we have exactly for today's session. I will start from DXY, the US dollar index. All right, and basically my bias currently on the US dollar index is bearish. However, it is bearish with a condition. And I will explain what I mean by bearish with a condition. Right. So generally, you're currently going to be seeing that the dollar is actually going to be strong overall, or has been strong overall rather. However, the reason why I'm saying that I'm going to be a bit bearish with a condition is that I'm expecting that this current supply zone would hold up. So let me go up to the daily time frame to show you this exact supply zone. All right. So I'm watching out for this zone still holding up. All right. But my bias will change to bullish. I'll give you the reasons anyway, if at all, or what I'll be looking out for, if at all I'm going to watch out for this guy to be bullish. It's very, very simple, right? Currently, we are seeing that price has actually slowed down its momentum, and I see some level of consolidations around here. All right, can you see that? All right, so even though I'm seeing that, I'm still watching out for price to continue bearish. Now, what that means is that for me, if I get to see that price actually gives me a proper break below this current zone, all right, below this current zone, possibly below this previous low around 10, this is around 106.333 or so, right? Then I'll be confirming, or that'll be a good enough confirmation for the bearish continuation to just move on DXY. All right, but currently what I'm seeing, I'm expecting this guy to drop. All right, and if I get to see that it breaks below that low, this previous low around here, then definitely I'm watching out for the drop to last for quite some time. All right, meaning that I'll be expecting guys against the dollar, all right, to most likely give me a similitude of a buy, maybe give me a similitude of a buy. All right, but all the same, let's still watch out for this. Even though overall I'm seeing from a fundamental perspective, I'm seeing that the dollar still looks to be strong, right? I just want to watch out for this to happen. So my bias is very, very simple. All right, if at all you see that this low gets broken when market opens, then definitely we'll continue for the bearishness. And currently, because we're in a very interesting supply zone, I think I'm going to be leaning, towards the dollar being weaker. However, from a strictly fundamental perspective, we're still seeing this guy is still looking bullish. Sorry about that. All right, from a strictly fundamental perspective, this guy is still looking bullish. You have this on the weekly time frame already. All right, so I'm just going up there because I want us to see a couple of things together, right? So you can see that these are eyes that have really not been touched at all, that haven't been taken out, and these eyes, all right, are actually points of liquidity. I mean that these are basically reasons for price to want to buy. All right, so I want to clear the liquidity left behind by those eyes. All right, so I want to watch out for that to happen. But maybe during the course of this video, we might get to see the dollar drop a little bit, just give us a little bit of weakness, and then it should get some level of recovery. All right, but let me just delete this. Let's work with this instead. So we might see something towards this end. Right, we might see something towards this end. Maybe something towards this end. All right, that is if this previous region here gets broken. All right, so I have this as my preferred demand zone for the buy continuation. All right, reason being that for the way I trade, I can see reasons for price to sweep liquidity from this low. All right, and then still drop a little bit lower. But all the same, let's just watch out for something towards this end on DXY. So some level of bearishness before bullishness, is what I'm expecting. So you can watch out for some weakness in the dollar, maybe early on in the week. All right, as long as that zone still holds up. All right, you can watch out for some weakness in the dollar early on in the week, and then we get to see some level of strength going on. All right, so that's it for DXY. AXY, the Australian dollar currency index, something similar. I'm watching out for this guy to buy. I'm actually quite bullish on this guy during the course of this week. So I'm watching out for. Now, you remember during the last session, I was mentioning that we've had the fact that price is looking to take out many lows. And then I see that this low here, all right, which some people might have regarded as sell-side liquidity, seems to have been taken out. But because this is an index, you might not necessarily see the type of impulsive or crazy moves that you are conversant with or you are very much used to. All right, so that being said, I think I'll still be bullish rather on XY during the course of this week, and that bullishness is just a retracement, right? Overall, I'm seeing that this guy looks to still continue bearish, but I just want to see price retrace. All right, give me a form of retracement, all right, before we get to continue for the overall sell. All right, but all the same, that being said, this week I'm going to be quite bullish on the Australian dollar. All right, going on again, CXY, something similar to what I just said for the Australian dollar. I'm watching out for this guy to be bullish. The reason is very, very simple. Overall, we've seen that price has taken out this low here. All right, it's taken out another low here. All right, and price overall still seems to be bearish. All right, but before that bearish continuation, I think I'll prefer to see a buy up into here. Do we have any pivot region on maybe the daily time frame or the 4-hour time frame that we might be able to work with? Yeah, so maybe up to somewhere around here. All right, so maybe up to somewhere around here. All right, and then we get to see price, continue its drop. All right, so all that is clear for CXY. I'm bullish also on CXY, at least till maybe Wednesday or Thursday, depending on, the amount of movement you get to see or volatility that we get to actually notice in the markets during the course of the week. All right, so that being said, let's go on. Next up is JPY basket. I think for JPY basket, overall, I am bearish from a very, very high, higher time frame perspective. I am bearish. But currently, we see that price has taken out this high around here. All right, let me just quickly mark it up. Price has taken out this high around here and it has come back to this previous pivot around. Oh, forgive me, I'm just realizing I have a bit of, I have some joints on this chart that are not necessary anymore. So allow me to just clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit better. All right, so as I was saying earlier, all right, this is what I'm watching out for currently on JPY basket. Overall, I'm bearish, right, but I want to watch out for price to maybe still push up a little bit. I'm seeing a level of a bit of a rejection candle here. All right, this previous candle that closed, the candle that closed last week. All right, this rejection candle here. So it's very likely that when market opens, we might not see price dropping instantly. All right, and we've seen that price has swept liquidity from this high already. All right, and it gets to tell me that, it's very likely that we might get to see price push towards the downside. Again, we're in this interesting pivot region around here. All right, so that just gets to give me a bit more of a confirmation for that drop to happen from there. All right, alternatively, this will have been my preferred sell region around here. All right, this is actually quite far, but for that to happen, they will need to see price sweep. All right, this eye sweep multiple eyes from here. Also decide to sweep trend line liquidity from here. All right, and then push towards the upside before sweeping this last eye around here and then entering the zone. All right, but depending on what I'm watching out right now for, all right, I think this one should still hold during the course of the week for JPY basket. Overall, I'm bearish, all right, but maybe during the earlier hours of the week, maybe till Tuesday, we might see some level of strength, but overall, I am still bearish. All right, so basically, that's just what I'm watching out for on JPY basket, right? So let's go into the commodities that we have together, and let's just look at what exactly we can be watching out for from the overall bias and maybe even some trade ideas that we can capitalize on. All right, so this is the chart of gold on the 4-hour time frame. Now, let's look at this together. This is a very interesting pivot region around here, region where you've had multiple reactions towards both the upside and the downside. All right, so sort of like a product of your supply and demand. All right, sort of anyway. All right, and currently I'm just watching out for price to still push up a little bit into this region here, and then we should get to see a continuation for the bearishness on gold. All right, overall right now I think it is safe to say that gold looks to be bearish, right? You've seen price break this previous low around here. Sorry, let me mark it out here. You've seen price break this previous low around here. All right, so I'm just basically watching out for price to come towards that low again. All right, or come at least into that zone. All right, and then we get to see the continuation for some bearishness on gold. All right, so the coordinates for my current supply zone is between 2620.56 and 2590.02. Again, 2620.56 and 2590.02. For you as a retail trader, you might decide then to just look out for sell entries inside there, maybe on the lower time frames, on the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes time frame, depending on your trading style or your trading strategy, right? Look for lower time frame entries, lower time frame confirmations, and then getting on your trade. All right, I think that's a very, very good thing that you can watch out for during the course of the week. Next up, we'll look at USDCad. Frankly, I do not have really, so many commodities I'm watching out for this week. All right. Towards the end of the year, one thing you'll notice is that market movement starts to change a little bit. All right. And, especially with the fact that currently we're still seeing some level of influence of the elections, all right, still on the chart. You should just be very, very cautious, right? So all the same, let's look at what exactly I'm watching out for USDCad. So as you can see from the average, I'm watching out for some bearishness to bullishness. Reason is very, very simple. I remember that for the dollar, we're expecting that the dollar should still gain a little, overall. So let me just go back to that before I forget. Yeah, so dollar we're still expecting it to drop. All right, then we get some level of strength. All right, on that. So basically, just watching with that, I'm using correlation based off of that. I'm watching out for Usdcad also to give me something similar, a little bit of a drop, and then we get to see the buy from there. All right, so this could easily become sell side liquidity. All right, so yeah, basically that one. All right, then we should get to see price to drop. All right, for me, I think if I feel if I was to pick out maybe a very, very good enough region for the buys, this is what I would work with, or I would want to work with, right? And then maybe just for accuracy's sake, you can use a full candle in there and bam, 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 something like this. Yeah, so something like this is what I'm watching out for on Usdcad. So if you're watching out for buys, this is a very, very good entry or good point for you to watch out for buys from between 1.40195 and 1.39925. 1.40195 and 1.39925. All right, so how that is clear for USDCAD. Quickly, let's move to Gbp USD. Like I said, I don't really have much I want to talk about tonight. Really not much. All right, so for Gbp USD, I'm going to go up to the daily time frame to explain this. All right, I want to show you what exactly I am currently seeing from a very, 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 very higher time frame perspective. All right, so I think I need to take out some time during this week to clean my charts up. All right, forgive me. All right, but let's just work with this for the meantime. So basically, is what I'm watching out for on the daily time frame. All right, on Gbp USD for the week. Currently, I'm still watching out for this guy to give us a little bit of a drop. All right, so the same sweep of this low, we've seen a sweep of this low also. Right, which tells us that liquidity has been swept towards the downside. All right, and currently we are seeing price nearing a very, very interesting region for us. I think I marked this out previously using Fibonacci. Let me confirm. Was it you? Yes, I used that. So this basically, one of the key points I watch out for when we use our Fibonacci retracement tool, right? So I'm watching out for price to still drop a little bit into this zone. Now this is on the higher time frame perspective. This is from the daily time frame. So I don't expect that necessarily you'll be able to trade from the daily time frame, daily time frame perspective. English, don't mind me. All right, but the coordinates for this current demand zone rather, sorry, between 1.25732 and 1.24314. 1.25732 and 1.24314. Right, that's currently what I'm watching out for as my demand zone on Gbp USD. So I'm watching out for price to still drop a little bit lower, and then we get our buy. So for me, when I'm coming down to the lower time frames right now, what I'm trying to tell you is that as a retail trader, you should then watch out for buy entries on Gbp USD this week. I think it's very, very wise to do that. All right, but what you should do then is to drop to the lower time frames. Let's say the 1 hour, the 30 minutes, depending on your entry criteria and all of that, and then look out for reasons for you to enter for buy. So if you can combine the fact that maybe you're watching out for rejections from some certain key levels, or you're watching out for simple double break of structure, a break and retest of anything, whatever it is really, you can also work with that on Gbp USD and then look out for buy entries. But once I get to see the market open, I get to see price coming to this zone, then I'm watching out for reasons to buy, strictly reasons to buy for me. All right, so I hope that is clear for us on Gbp USD. It's not take too much of our time on that. All right, so at this juncture, if you have any commodities you want us to look at together, I drop them in the chat box and we will attack it promptly. All right, so let's quickly go on CADCHF. Yeah, so for CADCHF, like I said, I have two things I drew on my chart because, and the reason why I have these two things marked out is because I'm watching out for. I do not trade this commodity necessarily. All right, but I love doing just the needful. All right, and just looking at it and trying to understand how exactly it moves. All right, trying to understand the psychology behind it itself, and then I try to work based off of that. And currently for me, I'm seeing possible sells. All right, from this guy. Now let me delete this. All right, so I'll be able to explain what I want to explain properly. Let me delete this also. Very good, and then I can put this here. All right, so follow up with me on what I'm trying to say now. Right now, I'm still watching out for this guy. Let me go back to the daily time frame. So you can see from the daily time frame, we're looking quite bearish, right? So we're looking for more reasons for sales. And from the 4 hour time frame, rather, we have seen that price currently has given us a break below these lows rather around here. You can see that. All right, so we see that price actually was looking bullish. All right, then it came and then we've seen a break of this low, which is the minor structure. Right, so what I'm watching out for right now is for price to possibly come back towards this end, all right, and then continue its movement towards the downside. Now, for me, all right, from the lower time frame perspective, this looks to me like just a point for liquidity to be swept from. Right, very, very simple point for liquidity to be swept from. However, because of the fact that I can see that there is still a little bit of an imbalance left behind here, right, and I can see that there really is no reason for price to want to come up as high as here, right, as high as this point. Seeing that we've seen that this candle already cleared, let me show you that, let me zoom in on that. Seeing that this candle already cleared liquidity that was left behind from this fair value gap around here. All right, that's why I was saying that I have two things I'm watching out for. But for what I'm saying right now, I think I can also delete this guy. I can delete this guy, right? And then I can just have this as my entry. All right, so I hope you understand what I just explained basically. I had this as a possibility, I had this as a possibility, and I'll be able to streamline it, reason being that we can see that there's a little bit of an FVG left behind here. All right, so we have some reason to believe that price would want to do something like this before continuing the downside, as opposed to wanting to believe that price wants to do something like this before coming to the side. Reason being that this fair value gap that was left behind around here has already been filled by this rejection candle. I hope you understand that right now. So this is what I'm expecting basically on CADCHF during the course of this week. Supply zone between 0.63266 and 0.63139. 0.63266, 0.63139. All right, so that is clear for CADCHF. Quickly, let's look at Gbp AUD. Like I said, I really don't have much. After Gbp AUD, I only have 3 more commodities I want us to look at basically from my end, and I'll call it a session. All right, but again, if you have any commodities you want us to look at together, drop them in the chat box right now. All right, and we'll look at them promptly. Right, so let me see. Gbp AUD. So Gbp AUD to something similar. I'm watching out for this guy to still drop. All right, from the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, this was our bias from last week. We're expecting a drop from here. We got to see that price actually got to this demand zone, but again came back to that same region that we're expecting ourselves from, and we got a second reaction, fortunately, right? So, but overall for me, I'm still watching out for this guy to drop, all right, and then take out liquidity from this low around here, right, which will now be here. I drop into that demand zone, and then we get some very good buys from there. So for me, I think my demand zone, the coordinates for my demand zone currently are here. All right, so between 1.94172 and 1.93677, 1.94172 and 1.93677. All right, that's what basically what I'm watching out for on Gbp AUD during the course of this week. So that is clear. Quickly, let's do EU, Euro USD. All right, then we'll just do UJ. All right, and then we should soon be done. All right, so let me see. Do we have, okay, Mr. Murakinyo Jr., I believe, all right, ADUSD, yes, ADUSD and USDCHF. Yes, so we'll get to those two. So USD, very, very simple. I think this was something I shared on Thursday, right? I was expecting that price should still give us that buy towards the upside before we get to see our sell. All right, so for me, this will be a very good sell entry on USD. We get to see some level of retracement before that continuation. That is if when market opens, we don't get to see price just falling towards the downside. So for me, you can just watch out for let me read this. Your entry can just be around here. All right, this my supply is in between 1.07288 and 1.06843. 1.07288 and 1.06843 is my current supply zone on Euro USD. All right, so if we get a reaction or a drop, all right, sorry, if we get a retracement into that zone, I'm very sure you should be able to get some very, very good sell continuation entries from there. All right, so that is clear. Quickly, let's look at USDJPY also. All right, I'll do USDJPY, then I'll do Eurgbp, and then we'll come to Mr. Murakinyo's request for ADUSD and USDCHF, right? So USDJPY, basically, I'm watching out for this guy to buy. All right, but overall, I'm watching out for a buy. But basically, I want to see this guy still drop a little bit into this region here. It's between 150.072 and 149.549. All right, so a drop, then a buy. All right, so reason being that I'm saying that price still looks to be dropping, Alternatively, oh, okay, I'm just seeing this right now, forgive me. I'm just seeing this right now, and I'm tempted to want to go with this. All right. Just give me a minute, let me confirm, because this seems to be a swing movement here. All right, so I think I'm actually going to work with this. I believe I'm going to work with this, yeah. So let me just bring this lower here. All right, so something like this. Very good. So I think I'm going to work with this currently on USDJPY also. So let me move this. This will be my buy entry basically on USDJPY. I'm around here 152.783 and 151.910. 152.783 and 151.910. All right, that's going to be my buy entry on USDJPY. So buy and sell to buy basically. Alternatively, you can also keep this second zone in mind. All right, so that means for me, I'm just looking out for scalps from here before I get to price drop towards the second POI between 150.072 and 149.4549. Right, I want to see price drop into those regions first, and then we get to see buys from there. All right, so that is clear for USDJPY. Quickly, let's do Eurgbp, and then we'll look at Mr. Marakin's request for ADUSD and USDCHF. Right, so for Eurgbp, I'm watching out for a sell continuation entry around here. My entry zone or my supply zone rather is between 0.83962 and 0.83741, 0.83962 and 0.83741. All right, so that basically is what I'm watching out for. You know, if you look out, if you're able to get your lower time frame entries for Eurgbp for sales from there, I promise you should get some very, very good bucks from that. All right, so quickly let's look at AED, USD, and I think USDCHF. Yes, yeah, before we call it an evening. Yes, AED, USD, and USDCHF. All right, so for AED, USD, let's go to the daily time frame. Let's look at this together. Like I said, I think I really need to take out some time to delete a lot of stuff from my chart. All right, so for AED, USD, this is quite simple. Currently, I am saying that this whole region here is just a very big magnet for price to sweep. Allow me to just delete some of these things. If possible, can I mark out all of these here? Just give me a minute. Let me see if I will be able to do that. It seems I will not be able to, so let me just... Okay, yes. Very good, sir. All right, so apologies for that. So basically what I can see right now from the daily time frame is that this low currently is a huge magnet for price to be attracted towards. Now what that means is that I'm watching out for this guy to actually still, for price for that to actually still drop. So I think actually I'm going to be bearish on AED in the course of this week. All right, because this is a very, very huge zone for a very, very huge, you know, liquidity magnet for price to want to come towards and grab. All right, so basically I'm bullish on AED, USD from the daily time frame. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Let's see. All right, this is a very, very good in that wise, and this is a very, very good pivot region you can easily just work out with, or work with rather, around here. So sell zone or sell entries will be between 0.65465 and 0.65141. All right, so I want to see a buy into that region, and then I'll be able to flow in with price for the sales. All right, so I hope that is clear, Mr. Marakinyo, for AUD USD. All right, so that basically is what I'm looking out for on AUD USD. Last but not the least for tonight's stream would be USDCHF. All right, so let's see. So let me go up to delete time frame. Wow, delete. Yeah, that's a lot better. That is a lot better. All right, so for USDCHF, let's see from daily time frame, do we have any regions to currently watch out for? Actually, yes, we do. This is a very interesting region to watch out for price. All right, this is one very interesting one here. All right, so very good. All right, but going by you know what we dealt with earlier when we're looking at the dollar. All right, I think we might still watch out for this guy to drop a little bit. All right, even from where it is right now. All right, we might still watch out for this guy to drop a little bit from where it is right now. And I am tempted to want to pick somewhere around here. All right, for that, but let me still see. For this, I think I might actually have to drop a little bit lower. And I am tempted to want to work with this as, you know, my underblock region here. I'm tempted, all right, but one reason that temptation does not seem to want to be sweeting me, so to speak, is the fact that I can see that point as a possible inducement into the market. So give me a minute, let me just clear some of these guys and let's see. Okay. So this is actually quite far away. a lot. Actually, it's quite far away. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll work with this. Oh, very good. That's a lot clearer. So I think I'll work with this currently on USDCHF. All right, so very, very simple. I'll give us two. Oh, very good. Let me increase that back. And I'll do my best to explain my rationale behind these two. Right, so let me just draw that better. Yeah, very good. So this is the rationale for coin. The POI1 is between 0.88286 and 0.87948. POI2 is between 0.87677 and 0.87439. However, I am more inclined to working with POI2, which is this one. All right, I'm more inclined to working with that one. Reason being that for me, all right, I have every reason to believe that this should then be our sweep on liquidity to bring price into that region, right? So it depends on you, all right. If you are a more aggressive trader, you might want to look out for short buys or short scalps for the buys, right, from this initial POI, and then take up your 1:2 or 1:3 on the lower time frames, all right, and then watch out for price to still pull back into or towards this region here for the major buy. All right, but that basically is what I'm watching out for on USDCHF. Personally, I'm watching out for the second iteration. But the first iteration, you might be able to get some scalp buys from there. All right, so I believe that you've gotten that also USDCHF. So do we have any other requests? No. All right, so with these few words of mine, we've come to the end of tonight's market review session. All right, so thank you very much for joining us for this session. Please, we're going to be dropping this video on our YouTube channel, so do also like this video and share this video to your friends also. All right, and then again, share the link to your friends. All right, this is a free group. We get to have these sessions every Sunday by 9 p.m. All right, and we also have our free sessions on Thursdays by 2 p.m. Yes, 2 p.m. on Thursday. I think one of the trades that we took on Thursday, the Gbp NZD took us out. But currently the BTC USD is still running. All right, let me just quickly show. Let me just quickly show us the BTC USD trade. All right, it's still running. Right, so we're expecting a 1:5. All right, we're still watching out for this guy to still push up, and then we get to see that full clearing of our TP. But basically, this trade is still on, and I think we should still be able to see this guy give us that good push towards the upside. All right, but we have that session on Thursdays. All right, so please do not miss out on any of our trades session or any of our sessions, basically. All right. Thank you very much for joining us for tonight's market review session again with EasyFX Academy, and I'm very sure we're going to have a profitable rest of the week. Have a wonderful night's rest and a very, very enjoyable week ahead, guys. Bye and God bless.